Today we're going to go over programming a Flomec RT40 with a Flomec gear meter, a 1-inch gear meter. It is integrated into F&S True Clean cone. These are our direct eduction True Clean systems. It features a Venturi system that will draw your chemical right out of your chemical shuttle. You can have up to 4 different chemicals. And this is the basic programming instructions for the RT40 display, again, married with that Flomec meter. So the first thing you want to do is get into the display settings. You hold down both the up and down arrows for 5 seconds, and you'll see a countdown on the display. From there, you're in your settings, and there's just a few probably critical things that you need to make sure that are programmed in order to make it function. So these come without a PIN number. You can add a PIN number if you don't want anybody messing with any settings in the display, but it is something that you can just leave with no pins. So we're just going to go through that. Next setting is the engineering units. It is usually by default in liters. You can see it over here kind of blinking in the right corner, and we are going to change them over to gallons. Just with generally speaking, everybody using gallons of liquid. So we'll change that over to gallons. We will hit enter, and now it is saved as gallons. This is the rate per time period, and it is defaulted as the rate, which is for us gallons now. So it's going to be gallons per minute. We're just going to leave that as per minute. This is a setting where you can change your decimals on your display. I leave those the default as well. Again, that's an accumulated decimal conversion as well. Another decimal thing that you can change. The next setting is your input type, which needs to be set as single. So that is correct as it is right now. The next sensor or setting is your sensor type, and it needs to be set up as a read sensor type. The next one you have to do is your calibration data. So calibration data is very important. It is what makes sure that you are always metering correctly. Every display has to be programmed or paired with the flow meter itself. So with your flow meter, you're going to get a calibration sheet that looks like this. On the top, it has a serial number here, and on your flow meter itself, you should have the flow meter have that serial number. And the critical information on here is this meter K factor. And if you remember, we had our display set to read switch. And the critical factor is this pulses per liter. And for us, it is 26.679. You'll also notice it is in pulses per liter. I know we changed our setting over to gallons, but you do not have to change how you put in that K factor. You always want to put in K factor and pulses per liter. It's very critical that it is in pulses per liter. So I want to stress that very much. So we're going to go into that and put in the 26.679 into our display now. So the first thing you do is your calibration. So we're going to enter that setting. You can enter in multiple calibrations, but for all of our systems, it's always going to be just one, what they call as a frequency. So this number needs to be anything other than 0. So the default is 1, and we're just going to leave it as 1. And we're just going to hit enter. And then in here, you can see we have a K factor in there already. But to put it in there, we're going to just go through the units. I see we have, and we're going to set it to that K factor that was on our specification sheet. So We're going to change this to a 0. The next digit is 26.67. And if you keep scrolling over, you'll get more decimal points. So you want to make sure you put in every single decimal point that is on your sheet. So in our scenario is 26.679, and we are at 26.679. And then we're going to hit enter to go through there. So now we're at the next frequency of 9.1. We want that frequency to be 0, and we're going to hit enter. Past that, there are no settings that need to be changed. We're going to get through the advanced, the diagnostic, and end. And when you hit the end, you can hit enter, and you will go out of the programming part of the display, and your meter is now calibrated correctly. As with all things, you want to make sure that you test your flow meter before you're using chemicals. So test it with water and make sure everything is functioning correctly before you start using chemical. But that is the setup for the RT40 Flomec meter paired with the FS direct deduction system.